your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your fucking back!
Not every threat kicks down the door. Sometimes it walks through it, silently, with a knife.
You come out of the house.
Sometimes it runs into the shadows, carrying a gun no one else sees until it's too late. In Bath Township, a man stabbed a homeowner and took him hostage inside his own house.
Who he is?
Go out of the house. Go.
He didn't just fight officers. He ran, invaded another home, and nearly escaped again before being brought down in a violent final standoff. In Milwaukee, 2 armed suspects ran from police after being reported for flashing ghost guns.
I'm on scene, trying to call him out of the house. Sir, I'm going to ask you to go back by my car again, please.
I think he's high.
One officer gave chase, and in the narrow alley between 2 homes, a gunfight exploded. Both the officer and suspect hit within seconds. These are not dramatizations. They're not written for shock. They're the raw, unfiltered stories told by Bodycam. They remind us, danger isn't always loud.
You can go inside. I have a housemate in there. He's beating on both of us. He slugged me in the jaw.
Sometimes it moves quiet until it forces you to decide now or never. Bath Township, Michigan, July 12, 2025. 2:27 p.m., a quiet neighborhood, yards trimmed, cars parked, nothing out of place. Until the first 911 call comes in. A resident sees a man wandering through backyards, peeking into cars. Then another call, this one more urgent. He went into the garage and then disappeared. Officers begin to search. They're thinking trespassing, maybe theft. What they don't expect is the next call.
14 has him as hostage with a knife. Put down the knife and let him go.
Someone's been stabbed. Less than a mile away, a man has forced his way into a home on Nichols Road and stabbed the resident. He's still inside. Officers rush in, body cams rolling, guns drawn. They enter the home, and there, in the living room, is the suspect.
Drop the knife! Get on the ground now!
Has the victim in a chokehold, a knife pressed to the man's throat. The officer calls out, "Let him go! Drop the knife!" The suspect doesn't respond. The hostage's eyes are wide. He's bleeding. He doesn't dare move. It's a deadlock.
Get on your knees now!
And every second that passes raises the risk. Then suddenly, the suspect lets go. No warning, no signal, just releases the hostage and bolts through the side door. Knife still in hand. Officers give chase, shouting, "Stop! Drop it!" But the man doesn't stop. He doesn't drop the knife. He cuts through yards, runs through a neighborhood where children play and families rest on patios. He's not just fleeing, he's unpredictable, dangerous. One officer fires, a single shot. The suspect keeps going. He reaches English Oak Drive, sees a house, and rushes the door. He doesn't knock, he doesn't ask, he enters. The door slams behind him.
Follow that by me!
Got you.
Officers try to force it open. They kick, they shout, nothing. Then, the resident opens the door, confused, scared. "I didn't know he was in my house." They pull the man to safety. He's unhurt, but the suspect is gone again, slipped out the back door. He tries to get into another home.
Hey, he's in.
Enters a neighbor's garage. An officer spots him, fires. This time the shot hits. The suspect stumbles. Officers swarm. He resists, still clutching the knife. A taser is deployed. He's finally subdued, breathing, bleeding, but alive. They cuff him, render aid, and call for EMS. The hostage survives. The Residents are safe. No officers are harmed, but this wasn't just trespassing. This was a chain of violent acts, escalating faster than anyone could predict. The suspect is taken to the hospital in stable condition. The officers are placed on routine leave, and the body cam shows it all. The moment of the knife to the throat, the split-second escape, and the pursuit that raced through family homes. Some say the officers fired too soon. Others say they waited too long. But the footage reveals one truth. They were chasing a man with a knife who'd already stabbed one person and was willing to take more chances. In neighborhoods like
Keep over there. Anybody else inside? Where's she at? 14 started canine.
Get on the fucking ground!
this, 1 second changes everything. And when someone invades a home or someone's throat is held at knife point, there's no time for perfect options, only urgent ones.
Put your hands behind your back!
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, June 12, 2025, 6:46 p.m. It starts small, a tip from a local, 2 men flashing guns near Hampton Avenue. The officers on patrol know the area. It's seen a spike in violence lately. They're there for that exact reason. So when a community member flags them down, they take it seriously. They spot the suspects almost immediately. 2 males, one older, one younger.
Central, he's scared. Oh. Taser deploy. EMS. He's been shot.
Where's the knife? Where's the knife? Where's the knife?
Is that with it?
Where is it?
Is that
For
with
the house to the east of our last.
Loitering near the sidewalk, both keeping a low profile. The squad car slows, windows down. A voice calls out, "Let me talk to you real quick." But they don't talk. They run. Doors fly open. The officer on the passenger side jumps out and gives chase. His body cam bounces with every stride. His voice steady. "Stop! Police! Drop the gun!" But the suspect doesn't stop. He cuts into an alleyway, turns a corner, and then stops suddenly. He spins. And that's when the officer sees it, a gun pointed directly at him. In one motion, the officer fires. So does the suspect. Gunfire explodes in both directions. Bullets ricochet off brick walls. The officer is hit. He falls. Camera tilts, breathing ragged, but he doesn't stop moving. Other units arrive. They see the suspect go down too, shot but still conscious. His weapon is recovered. One of 2 ghost guns found at the scene. The second suspect is arrested nearby without incident, but the scene is chaos. Sirens, shouts, a wounded officer clutching his side, still trying to direct the scene. Backup radios in, officer down, suspect down, both breathing. EMS arrives fast. The officer is a 30-year-old with 7 years of service. He's transported to the hospital, expected to survive. He later recovers at home. The suspect is a 39-year-old felon. He's also hospitalized with non-fatal wounds, charged, held, awaiting trial. Police also confirm both weapons were unregistered, privately manufactured, no serial numbers, ghost guns. The alley, barely 5 feet wide, became a battleground, and the camera never blinked. There's no dramatic soundtrack, no slow motion, just raw chaos. And 2 people bleeding on the pavement, one sworn to protect, one determined to fight. The questions that follow echo in every community. Why did the suspect run? Why did he raise a weapon? And what would have happened if the officer had hesitated just 1 more second? Because in a chase like this, there is no shield, only courage, instinct, and the will to move even when you're hurt. This wasn't just an arrest gone wrong, it was a test of survival. And both men passed, but not without scars. 2 different states, 2 different suspects, 2 different weapons. 1 knife, 1 ghost gun, but the same terrifying truth. When someone decides to run, they often don't run empty-handed. In Bath Township, a man turned homes into hiding places, a knife in hand, blood on his record, and no intention of stopping. He invaded homes, took a man hostage, dodged bullets, and it still took a taser, a shooting, and a full chase to bring him in alive. In Milwaukee, a gun was raised in the space of 2 seconds, and a close-quarters gunfight turned a narrow alley into a battlefield. The officer bled, suspect fell, and somehow both survived. These moments aren't rare. They're just rarely caught on camera in their full, messy, terrifying reality. There's no time to analyze in the moment, no safe way to know what a suspect will do next. You only see the hand, the weapon, and what's aimed at you. So when people ask why officers shoot or why they don't wait, sometimes the answer is right here. Because in the real world, a knife to the throat, a ghost gun in the dark, isn't just a threat, it's a countdown. And if you don't move fast enough, you don't get a second chance. If you want to see what officers really face, not the headlines, not the politics, but the raw body cam truth, subscribe. Because these aren't just stories of suspects and shots fired. They're stories of what happens when the thin line between peace and panic finally breaks.